Where in the world is all the time? So many things I still don't know. So many times I've changed my mind. Guess I was born to make mistakes, but I ain't scared to take the way. So when I stumble off the path, I know my heart will guide me back. Yeah, ooh, hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Ooh, hey, ooh, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. And didn't you know, tried to move, but I lost my way. Didn't you know, stop to watch my emotions sway. Didn't you know, knew the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know, see you never know where the cards may lay.
Oh, we are back. Welcome back.
Yes, good night, everybody.
Welcome Black. Welcome Black. Welcome Black. Feels good to be
Yes,
back.
thanks for tuning into Peaches and Dream podcast on this lovely Sunday, April 28th, 2024. It's been a while, but we are back.
Mhm. So it's literally what, 4 months before your birthday?
Wait, say what? Oh yeah, exactly 4 months. 8/28.
Mhm.
Yeah, 4/28. And the boy's birthday is in 1 month. He on 5/28. He'll be 2. Yeah, your birthday. You'll be 2 years old. Pop up.
Are you doing a party for his birthday?
I have no idea. You know his birthday is always Memorial Day weekend, so his birthday gonna be somebody's backyard barbecue or something.
Mhm.
Cause it's always gonna be around Memorial Day weekend. So yeah, that's my sister's birthday too. So we always gonna have 2 birthdays on that day too. But yes, what are topics tonight?
Okay, so if your birthday's around April 28th, oh wait, are you still going on the Columbia trip?
Girl, I have no idea. We're gonna have to sidebar that, but we have to get into this trucking thing, and it's taken a lot more than what we thought. So
I
we
was
are
about,
trying to.
I was about to say, because if you're not going on the Columbia trip, my sister's birthday is August 10th. So my birthday's September 10th, and we're planning another trip.
So
So if
we're
you don't go on the Columbia trip, then please make time to go on a cruise with us.
okay. I already know 8/28 to 8/31. I'm doing Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
Yes, not unfortunately, but it was just like I had like this little timeshare thing basically. So I went to Orlando for Emperor's birthday to use that part of my points, and then the other part of my points, I wanted to go somewhere I could drive. I really wanted to do Vegas because I like Vegas, but I'm like, Vegas is gonna be too hectic because I'll definitely have to fly there. And I know for sure I could just drive that 4 hours to Myrtle Beach. So
That's what my sister said, but for me to think about Vegas, but I was like, we can drive to Charleston and port on a cruise ship from there.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Yep.
I've never been on a cruise. That's something I do want to do. And my other thing, it's all about managing and balancing time, like, my work time and my time off for work,
Oh
because
yeah.
I done been 100 places already this year.
Yeah, and then of course you're gonna have Wi-Fi on the cruise ship. So,
Yeah, now Wi-Fi, but they have to be able to connect to their VPN.
oh,
Yeah, which I know once you out in the sea is different than just me going to another state. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're out in the middle of the fucking ocean. That is different.
But I do want to go to a cruise on a cruise. Like if I could do like a weekend cruise. Oh, you know what else? So I'm gonna have the whole week off. But okay, we're gonna have to talk offline about this.
Yep, yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I love to travel. So, you know.
I'll get into the topics. We are live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Anybody who is watching, please comment, and then your comments will pop up on the screen. See if I can actually keep up with the comments. Yeah, I can see them. I can see them.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so what? Okay, I already had the topics listed because we were supposed to go live. Was it last week or yesterday? I think it was last week. So I already had the topics listed, but it's been so much going on since the last time we went live. Okay, so let's get started with Quiet on the Set. I was telling you about Quiet on the Set, but you still have. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I don't know. When was the last time you've been on the YouTube channel?
It's been a while.
Okay, so we have a subscriber boost. We now have 262 subscribers.
Interesting.
Right. And I'm like, where did these subscribers come from?
That's interesting.
And that's what I said. I was like, okay, well, okay. Well, shout out to whoever's watching in YouTube land because that's confusing.
Yeah.
It's cool, it's great, but it's confusing.
Yeah.
Shit. Hey. And looks like we have 3 viewers on Twitter, whoever they are. How are y'all doing?
Yeah, guys, make sure y'all like, comment, share, repost.
Yeah,
Whichever
repost.
one applies. Make sure y'all subscribe, y'all follow, all that good stuff.
Yeah, repost on Twitter because apparently TikTok is about to be dead in a few months. So
that's what I keep hearing. I'm like, I don't know what's up with that, but that's what I've heard.
There's some updates with that. Biden, he's signing some stuff into law.
But what is the whole purpose? Is it because people is making more money from TikTok than them taking their ass to work? Like, what is it?
I think the U.S. just want ownership of TikTok, and it's owned by China. This is what I hear. I hear so much shit. It's
But it
owned by
makes no
China.
sense.
U.S. wants to own TikTok. Either they sell TikTok or they shut it down or some shit like that. But if the U.S. gets ownership of TikTok, it'll just be a completely new platform. It'll be censored like fuck. Like the stuff that we see on TikTok now, we won't see it on TikTok if the U.S. owned it. And it's really a lot of information being shared that we actually need to see on there now that we probably won't see if the U.S. owned it. So,
But listen, my thing is that it's not, to me, it has nothing to do with the fact that China owns it. Because if they really had a problem with China owning it, why is it that I can look at everything I have on from head to toe and it's going to say made in China? If y'all really don't mess with China like that, then why is China making everything we wear? Like, they making stuff that we can make right here in the U.S. I'm sure we got plenty of cotton because y'all used to have us picking it back in the days. Why do y'all have to have China making our T-shirts? Like, make it make sense. So to me, it has nothing to do with China actually owning TikTok, because if they really ain't mess with China like that, why y'all still getting all of this stuff imported from them?
yeah.
So that's what I'm confused about.
Yep. It says the ban has been approved. And I always got a video. So let's. Oh. Yeah, let's get into this whole TikTok ban type thing. Since that's one of the most recent things that's been going on. skip that.
Commentary YouTuber here. I've just learned that our friends at TikTok are about to lose their platform if the company isn't divested within 9 months. That sucks! And even though I'm on the record saying that TikTok is a plague to mankind, that it is rotting the minds of our youth, among other things, I must put aside my biases and say this ban is dumb. The US government is not within its right to do this, even if I might personally love it. Now is not the time for celebration. YouTube welcomes our friends to use our amazing Shorts platform. I'm sure you guys are gonna love it. Once again, to reiterate, I'm not happy about this. Now, if you'll excuse me, Moist Critical just started beer pong.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we have anything else. Huh. Trying to find something that's not going to get copyrighted. All these news channels are going to get copyrighted. Oh, TikTok got banned in India.
What is the actual reason for the ban? I'm still confused.
You're talking about
if TikTok gets banned here in the United States, can you still use VPN to access it? VPN is one of those services that takes your internet connection on a default before connecting to TikTok, let's say through friends. So TikTok thinks you've connected from friends, but you've really connected from the United States through friends to TikTok. On the bright side, this could be potential workarounds, but not so fast. Benefit of using VPN. Continued access to TikTok platform and content and may bypass geo restrictions on features or even content. The issue. It's unclear if TikTok will solely rely on IP for location verification. They might use additional checks like device ID, SIM card data to identify US users. Free VPNs often have security vulnerabilities, and paid options are more reliable, but still require trusting third party with your data. That is not the biggest issue. Imagine.
So basically, if TikTok does get banned, then we'll have to use the VPN just to access it?
Yeah, that's just for a workaround. That's like you ever was in school and you wanted to get on a website that you couldn't get, like that they banned, but you was able to get on.
MySpace, and they had those
proxy and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that was. I still don't know how to use a VPN though. Like I don't know how to use that type of software.
It's crazy because I think it's pretty much the same thing. But when they started calling it a VPN, I'm just like, yeah, I think it's the same thing. The proxies. The proxy servers.
It's like virtual privacy network. Just say virtual proxy network.
Mm-hmm. But I don't really understand what's their main purpose in wanting to block it. Like, why do they feel like it's such a problem? Mm-hmm.
Let's see if somebody else can better explain it.
Welcome to this week's edition of The Morning After. From Engadget, my name is Matt Smith. Why? Who's asking? This week we're talking TikTok versus Congress, we're talking Meta and Microsoft, and all these other kind of things that have happened this week in tech. Let's get right into it. It was a busy week for vertical video social networks and Congress. Last Saturday, the Senate approved the bill known as the, let me read that, Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversity-Controlled Applications Act, which will force the owners of TikTok to either sell its US operations or face an outright ban. Then, on Wednesday, President Biden signed that bill into law. It managed to finally pass the Senate after being included in a package of foreign aid legislation. TikTok, naturally, isn't happy. It's calling the whole thing unconstitutional and plans to mount a legal challenge, meaning any eventual ban or sale will be years from now. It's not over, unfortunately. Expect more diehard TikTok creators explaining the reasons why this is unconstitutional while dancing and pointing. And on the other side, more politicians and lawmakers trying to convey the threat of an app that they've never used and barely understand.
How do you do, fellow kids?
In short, I'm expecting...
So it'll take years to ban, so why even bother with it? Why bother if it's
gonna... I don't even know why they so pressed the ban that they did. I don't get it.
Well, that's basically just the gist of it, and Biden is signing off on it. I had no idea that it was banned in India. So what information from content creators who are from India did their government not want them to see? And girl, did you see Harvey Weinstein's conviction being overturned?
Mm-mm.
Yes, girl, you didn't see that? This happened. His conviction got overturned, and then he was put into the hospital.
Wow. Mm, interesting.
Nickelodeon was kid everything.
Oh,
One of the darkest chapters. These are three predators who worked at Nickelodeon.
It made me wonder who was being hurt.
Have you ever told your story publicly before?
Quiet on Set, an ID true crime event, Sunday, March 17th at 9 on ID.
Yeah, you're going to be asked about this throughout the day. Breaking news, the New York Appeals Court overturns Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction from the landmark Me Too trial. It's written by Michael Sissick with the AP. New York's highest court on Thursday overturned Harvey Weinstein's 2020 rape conviction, finding the judge at the landmark Me Too trial prejudiced the ex-movie mogul with improper rulings, including a decision to let women testify about allegations that were not part of the case. Harvey Weinstein is, though, of course, he's in jail in Los Angeles after being convicted of rape in 2022, other charges there. So he will still be in jail there, but this case, which came 4 years ago, reversed. More legal.
More on that to come.
so they're saying that whatever accusations that the victims had years ago, well, not years ago, this is still recent, during the trial, whatever accusations that some of the victims had didn't have to do with what he was actually.
Disgraced movie mogul Harvey Weinstein is hospitalized.
And now he's in the hospital. So they overturned his conviction. He's in the hospital, but he won't technically be out of jail because he still has 22 charges in Los Angeles also.
Wait, what type of charges?
Rape.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but you know what's weird? It's a theory, conspiracy theory. Apparently, he doesn't have any genitalia, so I'm really confused. You know, like he has like a mangina or some shit like that. You know, like
both.
No, not both. He has like ew, I can't describe it. Like, let's just I don't know. Ugh. I'm not trying to visualize that. But yeah,
He brought it up.
Morning, just days after a New York State appeals court overturned his 2020 rape conviction. Weinstein's attorney says the former film producer was being checked out at the jail on Rikers Island Saturday morning when doctors decided to send Weinstein to Bellevue Hospital for more extensive testing. Weinstein's scheduled to appear in front of a New York City judge on Wednesday.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Oh, that's this week. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's more recent news. Let's go back to the Quiet on Set. So you didn't see the Quiet on Set. So of course I have a clip about that. Let me go ahead and hear this tab instead.
This boy finally falling asleep.
Oh, thank gosh. Amen. Sleep, baby, sleep. So do you remember people talking about Dan Schneider, like maybe like years ago or just recently? Big white guy. He was an executive at Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, and it was I'm laughing because I don't know if you know Pretty B, but she's like this light skinned girl.
Yeah, she was the one with Rick Ross.
She be doing a little Jamaican impersonation. And she was like, why uno never lock up the fat man? She's talking about him. She's like asking why didn't they get the fat guy locked up? But the fat guy she's talking about is the guy from Nickelodeon.
Yeah, that's him. And he had like a foot fetish. He was making kids do scene with feet. He was making Ariana do a scene with her foot in her mouth. There was a scene with water getting squirt in her face, and it was supposed to resemble a cum shot. It's real. Let's just look at it.
Feels good. My mom says that's why my feet are so big.
My daddy is also an amazing inventor. Amazing man, my daddy.
This is the happy freezing baby position.
Tickle my foot.
Time for two guys' shoes.
Dan Schneider used his power to pull off his sick fantasies. On his show, Henry Danger, there are so many weird moments. He had his kid actors play with each other's feet and make inappropriate adult-oriented jokes. He also put these minors in compromising situations for perverted gain. Nickelodeon shouldn't have ever condoned this behavior. So let's get into it. I think we can all agree that Dan Schneider is an absolute creep. He is a former Nickelodeon producer who's responsible for shows like iCarly, Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, and so many more. And today we're going to be talking about Henry Danger because a lot of you guys have emailed me. You've asked me to talk about creepy moments from this show.
Okay, I don't remember this show. I'm just not learning about this show. It was after my Nickelodeon time, so a lot of this new stuff like what is it? Drake and Josh, iCarly, Jeanette McCurdy. I think Jeanette McCurdy was working with him, and I guess her mom, of course, her mom like sold her out, and she's connected to this also. And you know, the little white girl who wrote the book. So it's so creepy. It's so creepy. Sam and Kat Zendaya was on this. Oh.
And now I'm ready. One person sent me an email saying since Henry Danger has been uploaded to Netflix, they've been watching it and it gives them the creeps. So let's talk about why. I think we can all agree that Nickelodeon is a children's network, so their content should be child friendly. Yeah, a lot of dance shows have really that make viewers notice that there's something off here.
Wait, dude, what are you doing? Don't start pressing random. What's happening? You made my chair start to vibrate.
Oh.
Feels good.
One person wrote in an email to me that they've been watching Henry Danger recently, and it actually has a pretty decent plot, but there are so...
What's up?
You know, honestly, they probably sexualize that. But to me, like, that's, like, if you overthink it, then that's when it's going to seem weird. But all they're doing is vibrating on a chair. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I used to sit on top of the washing machine when the washing machine used to, you know, when I was a kid and stuff. So I don't feel like, oh, yeah, that whole, like, this particular scene is kind of weird and awkward, but it's not like, and it's only because we're overthinking it, you know?
Yeah, but when you think about who produced it, it's like, oh, it's got to be something nasty.
Yeah, I think, yeah, because now everything is like, oh, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. Yeah, because he's on the investigation at this point for what he's done. Because, you know, he did an apology. You know that, right?
I saw that.
Like, oh, how was it that he just, that's what, you know, with Jim, that lady I was talking about, she put it in a whole, like, little comedian skit, but she was acting like a Jamaican when she was talking about it. So it was just hilarious. You know, Jamaicans ain't got no chill. But yeah, but that's all I wanted to say.
Many foot jokes from seasons 1 through 3 that it's literally frightening. They write, no joke, there was a foot joke in the first 43 seconds of the first episode. And even though feet aren't necessarily bad, and you know, we don't want to shame people out there with their fetishes, but there's something about Dan Schneider and children's feet that just leave a bad taste in everyone's mouths, because it seems like he likes to take videos of them and likes to include them in his work, but it really doesn't add much to the picture by adding a foot joke or having a kid play with their feet or anything like that. And it was reflective in their social media as well. Like,
most people have no clue that
Okay. Yeah, the feet stuff is a little weird, but it was across nigga. Have you seen the Pickle Boy?
No, I haven't seen the Pickle Boy.
Oh, okay. Now this was on All
Now,
That.
is it a show or is it an episode?
Dan Schneider created All That. So this is him right here.
Know your stars. Know your stars. Know your stars. Stars. Know your stars. Pickle Boy. He hates pickles. Pickle Boy. His pickles taste bad. Pickle Boy likes to hurt and tease pickles. Pickle Boy, the best pickle boy in the world. Now you know, Pickle Boy. Yes, nod, Pickle Boy. Nod.
And I guess the whole Pickle Boy thing, pickles are supposed to look like little penises, and the way he was talking about them, the pickles, just ill, gross.
You know, like if he wasn't who he turned out to be, it would just be some silly, stupid little show. But once it comes out, like once it, you know, it's all said and done, it's like, yeah, it was like him being in the hot tub with the underage people, you know?
Yeah, with their clothes on.
And it's stuff like that, because it could have been all innocent. But once you start thinking back, like back then, nobody thought nothing of it. It's just like people is just starting to awaken more. Like, you realize that, right? Because even like, for example, back in the days when our parents were younger, they used to get beat in school. But by the time we got to school, they weren't getting beat anymore. And it's because people are starting to become more and more woke as to what's right and what's wrong, you know?
I did not like notice stuff, like, of course somebody had to have noticed something, but I think they were too scared to speak out, because just like those two women writers who were working for Nickelodeon under Dan Schneider, they were getting paid less and they were splitting one salary, so they were getting paid nothing. So one of them actually did like speak out. She ended up getting fired, and the other one ended up getting fired later on. And now they both had a like class action suit, and they were getting intimidated and getting phone calls, and it was just so okay. So the Pickle Boy, this is him right here. His name is Brian Peck. He actually used to work in Disney also. So let me see.
That returned again and again and again throughout the seasons of all that.
Pickle Boy likes to hurt and tease pickles. Hello? Anyone? I gotta get something to eat.
Okay, so that's supposed to be a glory hole. Do you know what a glory hole is?
No, but what does it say, glory hole? I'm confused.
No, it's supposed to resemble a glory hole. He's putting his pickle through the hole. Okay, so a glory hole is, okay, so let's just go like if you go to a public bathroom, like a men's bathroom, and I guess if there's like a hole in the bathroom stall, the guys would stick their weenies through the hole, and then somebody would suck it. That is what that's supposed to resemble. That's supposed to resemble a penis going through a glory hole. Girl, Google glory hole. Google glory hole, and you'll see what the fuck. But that's supposed.
Was there somebody on the other side or something?
Ray Romano. That's the actor right there. That's Ray Romano from the the Romano show, the Ray Romano show. Yeah. So he says he's hungry. He sticks the pickle. Oh. Ew. And he's gonna eat the pickle.
We just went with it. Pickles? Look, this is the mind of Dan Schneider. You gotta ask him.
There's this referencing to like, oh yeah, Dan just has a weird sense of humor.
That was like, the pickles don't look like penises to you?
Ew. Ew.
This is a children's television show. Wait, why is this in the show? What is the joke here exactly? There's this weird element of like they all were able to like pull a fast one and get away with it. And that's like a part of the joke.
Brian Peck worked closely with Dan as this dialogue coach, and
Brian is seen as this guy on set who's just helping with the kids. He is very much one of the cogs in the Dan Schneider machine.
I'll see you in hell.
Brian first connected with Dan's world playing small roles in Good Burger and Keenan and Kel.
Let's get these balls about to.
And there are these behind-the-scenes clips where you see Brian Peck joking around on set.
I'm not just Pickle Boy, but I'm also a trained professional who works here on the set of all that. You can tell by my very important looking headset. I'm sorry, hang on. Yeah, do you want fries with that?
Everybody loved Brian. He was charming, he was clever.
But there are moments where Brian joking around on set feels a little bit off.
Yeah, so that's the type of weird shit that they were doing. And this one, Brian Peck, that guy, he is actually a convicted pedophile.
Who?
Brian Peck, Pickle Boy.
He is?
Yes. He was convicted, and then he went back to work for Disney, and he went back to work for Disney and Nickelodeon.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, so here it is right here. He has sexual assault cases. He's been to prison. I don't know how he was at. Of course we know how. I don't know why we're saying we don't know how. It's a whole network of them. And they all share the same, just disgusting, just ill. Okay, so Drake Bell from Drake and Josh alleges Peck repeatedly molested him when he was a child. That is a whole video on its own. We don't even have that much time. But Drake Bell, his parents were his managers, but his parents were going through a divorce. So his dad, so Brian Peck, he lied to his mom, to Drake Bell's mom, saying that Drake Bell's dad was stealing money from him. So his dad he gave up his parental rights during the divorce, but he verbatimly told him from this guy right here, this is Pickle Boy, stay away from Brian Peck. But his mom, being the idiot she is, she let Drake Bell go on camping trips and let him take him out of town by himself, and then that's where he was molested. Oh, it's a whole thing. Oh, and then in 2004, he pleaded no contest to sexually abusing him. But in 2003, he was arrested for 11 counts of lewd acts with a minor, per a press release shared by the Los Angeles Police Department. At the time, the LAPD said the investigation into Peck began 2 weeks prior, when the minor's family reported that Peck had molested the child over a 6-month period. This is the type of people who were working with those kids and making those damn shows. He was working for Disney on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Everybody remembers that show, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Have you seen the movie Big Daddy with Adam Sandler? What movie? The movie Big Daddy with Adam Sandler. He adopted that little kid, and he wasn't supposed to have the kid.
No.
Okay, so the little boy that was on that movie, they're twins. It was a set of twins. They became Zack and Cody for Disney, and then Brian Peck was working with them. It's so creepy.
And it's crazy because it really just makes you feel like everybody that's in Hollywood at this point did something strange for a little change. Like, that's exactly what it's seeming like.
It's so disgusting. So that was the whole Quiet on the Set documentary. It's oh gosh, and you know what? It gets worse than that. So I don't know. You have HBO now, or the HBO streaming app?
I don't think I have it.
Okay, well, it's being shown on there. I think it's like a 5-part. They came back with like a finale episode, but if you watch that, girl, it will piss you off. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna see if my babe got it.
Oh, he got it. He got it. So the next time y'all together, or just make him give you his login and watch Quiet on the Set. So moving on from Quiet on the Set, you mentioned something earlier. So a lot of the people who are the disgusting people in Hollywood, they like to meet up at a place, a lot of them with power. Let's just say it's the people with power, the white people with power. They like to meet up at Bohemian Grove. And you had asked me about that right before we went live. So here's a little
fue testigo de
Bohemian Grove, because Bohemian Grove is a place where the elites, all of the presidents, but Obama's not exempt. Of course, Donald Trump had been there. It's a whole thing. The membership just to get in, it's a $25,000 down payment, and that's just to get on the waiting list. But let's get into the video.
¿Qué es en realidad el Bohemian Grove? Se trata de un...
This is in Spanish. Oh, what the fuck? Girl.
The Weinberger canceled plans to go to Bohemian Grove in California this weekend because of the possibility of more flare-ups in the Lebanon crisis. But even without the defense secretary, the Bohemian Grove will not close down for lack of power. What is the Bohemian Grove? Well, it's a kind of summer camp for the powerful, an all-male gathering in great secrecy. More from Dennis Murphy.
George Shultz, Henry Kissinger, and West German Chancellor Schmidt arrived by car. The chairman of General Motors and U.S. Steel came in by private jet.
If you would look at the guest list over a period of 5 years, I don't think there would be anybody of any importance in America who was missing from that list.
Cabinet officers and captains of industry are going to summer camp at Bohemian Grove, an all-male retreat secluded in the Redwood Forest 2 hours north of San Francisco. Outsiders are not invited. What's hidden away is a little bit of Boy Scout camp and a lot of fraternity hokum. There are rituals, bonfires, and the burning of effigies. The members live in lodges with names like Wolf and Caveman. Gerald Ford, Henry Kissinger, William French Smith, and George Shultz are bunkmates at Mandalay Camp. President Reagan's camp, Owl's Nest, is famous for its Eggs Benedict and Ramos Gin Fizz breakfast. But for the most part, stories about what happens in these redwoods are hard to come by. A campground statue reminds Bohemians to keep their mouths shut about the Grove.
I've heard a lot of good music there. I've met a lot of interesting people, and I look forward to listening to music again.
But there are employees who tell tales out of school.
You know, I mean, half of these guys, you know, from what I can tell, you know, stay loaded or stay bombed, you know, the entire time that they're there. I mean, they stagger into breakfast and stagger out from dinner. But at the same time, you know, they're talking business.
And sometimes those business talks send ripples far beyond the Grove. Sociology professor William Domhoff.
Reagan and Nixon talked at length in 1967 in the Grove to decide who would go first in Republican primaries.
While decision makers are cementing friendships, protesters outside the gate are keeping a vigil. To them, the Bohemian Grove is an all-white, all-male, undemocratic policy-making arm of the government. They want the Bohemians to go home. But summer camp won't end until next week. Dennis Murphy, NBC News, Monterey, California.
Girl, this was back in 1982, and ain't shit changed. The only thing that changed is that Obama was let in, because you heard him say it's an all-white, all-male club. And that waiter, he's probably dead now. They probably killed his ass, saying that they stagger into the fucking mess hall to eat because they're high. They get drunk, get high, they fuck each other, they do all that crazy shit. And he actually mentioned the rituals. Can you imagine the rituals? Okay, so this boxer, I think this is who you were talking about, Ryan Garcia. He had mentioned Bohemian Grove because he had went online. I think he went on Twitter and he said that he had been kidnapped and he had been taken to Bohemian Grove. He actually mentioned Bohemian Grove. He said that he was taken there and they were, playing with his, with his stuff. So, yeah, let's go back.
That's not. Kanye told me no. Yeah. If you don't like that, I said no. Dude, the pedophile. Literally, FBI's on him. How's that a problem? I know. It's crazy. Well, once you start calling yourself Jesus, you know you lost it. You know? He was on the right path, then he messed up. You know, not my problem. I was cool with Kanye, but it's a weird thing, you know? Like I'm trying to cancel Diddy. Bro, he canceled himself. What the fuck are you talking about? Once you do sex trafficking, that's on you, bro. That's a bad move.
Any other artists you would think about coming out with?
What?
Any other artists you would like?
Nah, I might go solo dolo. Me. Or maybe Kid Cudi. Solo dolo. He has a song like that. Or Mojo So Dope, something like that.
Now, Ryan Garcia is half out of his fucking mind because he mentioned Diddy's name and he mentioned Bohemian Grove. But it seems like he's gotten better. We just don't know if he's still under that MK Ultra type shit.
You got to give Ryan Garcia all the love in the world to not only getting in the minds of the fans, but also of Team Haney. So much so that every boxing analyst threw away film study, boxing breakdowns, and only focused on social media, to the point where Vegas had it 11-1, 11-1 odds.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Respect to Ryan Garcia. He was amazing. I thought, well done. Well done. Oh, really? Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Say my son, you piece of shit. What are you talking about? You might, fuck you. You know you're a piece of shit. And that's what you get. Not when
Okay, Ryan Garcia, I think that's his dad. It's just a lot of shit with him, but he did say that he was at Bohemian Grove. I don't know if people actually believe him. I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy was there. They're starting to let people of color who have power, or they think they have power, who they let have power. Ooh, can you imagine Tyler Perry being up in there? Tyler Perry, because he wants to buy BET, he has to do some things for the white elite. They're not just going to let you buy BET like that. And then he just stopped the sale. Just said, fuck it, he's not going to buy BET no more. Okay, so Diddy, quiet on the set. Okay, so what was going on with these earthquakes in these, girl, are your people up north okay?
Yeah, the thing about it is that it's crazy because they say it was an earthquake, but a lot of people didn't hear it. And then Empress Aunt, she was like, at the time of which they said it was an earthquake, she was on the train. So if you're on the train, you will not fear an earthquake because it feels like an earthquake the whole train ride, you know? So I don't know anybody that was like, oh yeah, I felt it. It was crazy. So I don't know, girl.
I hate to backtrack, but I still forgot about some videos about Diddy. Let me go ahead and share this. Diddy, he did get raided. Yeah, I did lean into Diddy, but I didn't like go that far into him. So Diddy's house got raided. So here's some info about that.
Justin home in handcuffs right now after they done raided Diddy's house. Diddy is somewhere in Barbuda, and I know Misa is pissed. Y'all, they got Christian and Justin Combs in handcuffs right now after they done raided Diddy's house. Diddy is somewhere in Barbuda, and I know Misa is pissed.
Now, y'all know I normally mind my big back business, okay? But I just put up a video talking about how a lot of people fear eclipse season because it's centered in transformation, in karma. And when we have a karmic season and people are scared of their own karma coming back to them, I'm often like, well, what you done did that you so afraid of? Why when you hear karma, you start shaking? But it's often because they know that to their core, their energy, their intentions, and their choices have not been well. For this to happen today, and today was our lunar eclipse, and I told y'all this eclipse was aligned with the South Node, which is all about the past coming forward to the present, i.e. karma. Y'all, this is crazy. And let me be clear, we don't know for sure what choices he made. We do.
Okay, in the same day that Diddy's houses were raided in all three cities, New York, LA, Miami, or some shit like that, that was the same day Biggie got killed, March 28th. Oh, wait, that's a month from today.
Was it March 28th?
March, was it?
I know, I think his birthday was in March too, right?
What day was Biggie killed?
And then see, when was his birthday?
March 9th. Okay, it was March 9th.
March 9th was when he was killed?
Yes. Well, okay,
so when was his birthday?
Day is Biggie's birthday.
The notorious B.I.G.
May 21st. So he was raided March 9th.
Yeah, because I knew March was something. I just didn't know if it was his birthday or what. But he was passed in March, born in May. But yeah, because I remember something was in March.
So on the day he passed, that's when Diddy was raided, and that's when the not the eclipse, yeah. Oh shit! What the fuck, girl?
Now, y'all know I normally mind my big back business, okay? But I just put up a video talking about how a lot of people fear eclipse season because it's centered in transformation, in karma. And when we have a karmic season and people are scared of their own karma coming back to them, I'm often like, well, what you done did that you so afraid of? Why when you hear karma, you start shaking? But it's often because they know that to their core, their energy, their intentions, and their choices have not been well. For this to happen today, and today was our lunar eclipse, and I told y'all this eclipse was aligned with the South Node, which is all about the past coming forward to the present, i.e. karma. Y'all, this is crazy. And let me be clear, we don't know for sure what choices he made. We do know for sure that peace has been disturbed. We do know for sure that people's safety, security, finances have been in question when they aligned with this person. All of that energy you put out will come back to you. This is the karmic season, y'all. And in the words of the Honorable Minister, when you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation, nor from the weakness that could cause us to stumble and fall. You laugh at somebody else's demise, white or black, rich or poor, your enemy or your friend. You are opening yourself up to your own demise when you do that. Because to laugh and not learn, to make a mockery and not to understand, is to make the same mistake yourself. Now, I know some of y'all may be like, oh, well, I would never do what he did, but it's not about the choices. It's about the intention that was centered in the energy. That's what karma is, y'all. It's about a series of choices. Karma is not just one thing. It's a series of choices that you have made. And those series of choices are aligned with an intention, a purpose. And your intention is based on the energy that you carry. So when we say the energy you put out is the energy you get back, when we say karma is coming, that's what we're talking about. So what was the energy that was aligned with some of those choices or alleged choices that have been made? And again, we don't know the exact choices for sure. A lot of things are alleged, but what we do know for sure is there is an energy of greed. There's an energy of control. There's an energy of desiring extreme power that is aligned. And baby, this is the season where the chickens are coming home to roost. The energy you put out is the energy you get back. When you do people wrong and you take advantage of them with the intention of being greedy and powerful, when you affect their security, their safety, their peace, yours will forever be affected and destroyed. You have to be mindful of the energy you put out because it could come back to you. And we are all susceptible of the ego getting beyond our own intention, our own mindfulness, our own control. So this is why you have to check your ego. You have to mind your ego, mind your intentions when you make your choices. What is the energy you are carrying? Learn from this. Now, y'all know I normally mind my big.
Oh, she just said a word there.
That was deep right there. That was the word. That was the message. That was it. That's the
But
No,
yeah,
but it's true though. Like honestly, like I really feel that way. Like when people be like I be like, yo, what is it? Well, when people be like scared to like let people see this in their phone, I be like, what you got on your phone that's really that bad that you don't want nobody to see? I'm like, dang, I know everybody that got their privacy, but it's like I feel like in life, it's like some people be like scared of facing their karma. I'm like, what you done did that's so bad to people that make you scared to face your own karma? Like me, I know I was a good person, or even when I did wrong things, I had good intentions, you know? And I know where I mess up and I take my accountability and I repent, you know? So I have no worries when it comes to facing my karma.
oh well, we know for a fact that Diddy needs to be worried. We're gonna do Sloan Bella actually predicted this, and then you have to get off, and then well, Sloan Bella will just be our last video or topic, and then we got to do a part 2 later on this week. So
We do, because we need to talk about where is Diddy now, because it's been real quiet, you know?
remember, he was riding bikes in Miami, like nothing was wrong, like nothing can touch him. So he has to have a layer of protection. Remember, his ex bodyguard Gene Deal said that he actually is an FBI informant. So that's why he's so confident, like nothing's gonna happen to him, because he's working for the government. But that's why a lot of the agents that were raiding his houses, they didn't know his house they were raiding until they got there. That shows you there's a lot of inside people who tip him off about what's going on. But let's get to Sloan Bella.
There's a complete and utter takedown of P. Diddy and his 3 right-hand men, okay? 3. So there's going to be a takedown that comes in with that, and he's going to try to step away. They're not done. And here's another thing I'm being shown. His mouth is being sewn up. So when I see his face, the image I get is the mouth is being sewn up. So he is going to be unable to speak for some reason. I can't talk. I cannot speak for myself anymore. This to me sounds like a losing of faculties, a losing of thought, a losing of thinking. I cannot speak, but it's sewed up around his mouth. That's actually how I'm seeing it. They're going to stitch his mouth shut. When I ask her why his mouth is being sewn up, it's because of his mentors, and they don't want it coming out over here, even though some of them are outing themselves. These are old guys connected to old style Motown. And she's showing me that he's being shut up from outing them or from speaking about them for some reason. So there's a hierarchy going on here, and there's a total takedown of him. He is being sacrificed. So he may think he gets away with stuff. He may think it's cool he does what he does, but now he's the sacrificial lamb. And I do mean that. There's something that comes up with him in March, speaking of the lamb, during the Easter time frame, March, April, right in that time frame. That's why I said lamb. There's something else that's going to come up with him. We are not done.
Yeah, and I remember her because she went trending because she basically had some what would you call it? Some things with Kim Porter. Like she basically had some visions, or she shared some stuff. You're muted.
Yeah, she read Kim Porter's spirit.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was crazy because like it had came to fruition, like everything that she had spoke or whatever around her, and her timing was on too, you know, on point.
Exactly. Like, so when she read Kim Porter's spirit, or when she did Kim Porter's reading, I should say, she predicted the lawsuit that happened in November. And remember, Kim Porter died in November.
Mm-hmm.
And then ever since then, it's just been a whole lot of shit with Diddy. Oh, excuse me. It's just been a whole lot of stuff with Diddy.
Yep. And that's the thing, is especially like, you know, with the spiritual world, it's like they're gonna find out how real it is. And I think like slowly but surely people are starting to see, you know, because this year has been pretty on point and things ain't been looking too good for Diddy at all. So
we'll see what happens. You know, this is, he has a long way to go, and he doesn't look like the type to atone for what he's done. So he's just gonna have to he's gonna have to take that. So yeah. He's gonna have to ride the consequences out, and he has a lot. He has a lot to deal with. So
yeah.
All
And
right.
it's so crazy because I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like the way how things is unraveling, I feel like we basically gonna figure out something real crazy real soon. I just feel it. I'm just waiting to see. But yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that was part of our show. We got to come back because we have so much more to talk about. We have to do that Baltimore bridge collapse,
Oh yeah.
eclipse.
But you know what's crazy? Because I know people that live in Baltimore and they're like, oh, who uses that bridge? You know? So I'm just like, it's so crazy. Yeah, because I actually went to Maryland a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, clearly it's not one of the main bridges, but it is by the port where, you know, where they got like a lot of containers, you know, that like, so.
Containers. It was a
And then
ship.
I was in Baltimore and I've seen the way they make their bridges, and they bridges, some of them are really low. I'm like, what in the world? I see how that happened, you know? But yeah, we definitely need to talk about that.
Okay.
So we'll have to come back next weekend.
We do. But we will. But we'll see how this week goes. I am anticipating this week a lot of stuff going on, but we just got to keep the faith and keep hope alive. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so any more thoughts before I play the outro?
No, that was all for now. We definitely gonna be back to finish this.
Hell yeah, we good. So we'll see what news comes out this week.
Yeah.
Y'all, thank y'all for watching. It's quite a few people watching from Twitter. Yeah. But y'all be blessed, stay black, and fuck the police. And we will see y'all next week. I kind of want to come back this week, but I don't know how your schedule is. But we'll see y'all next week.
We'll play it by ear. Maybe Thursday, because Thursday I work out. We'll play it by ear.
We'll play it by ear.
Yeah, and then I won't have the baby that night, more than likely. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll have yourself a little drink that night too.
You said what?
Hopefully you have yourself a little drink that night too.
I sure will.
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's take him out.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week or this week, and we'll definitely be back. Be black. We'll be right black. All right. See y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Time to save the world. Where in the world is all the time? So many things I still don't know. So many times I've changed my mind. Guess I was born off the path. I know my heart will guide me back. Ooh, hey, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. Ooh, hey, ooh, I'm trying to decide which way to go. I think I made a wrong turn back there somewhere. And didn't you know, tried to move, but I lost my way. Didn't you know, stopped to watch my emotions sway. Didn't you know, knew the toll, but I would not pay. Didn't you know, see you never know where the cards may lay.